Good morning. So for today's topic, let's choose something from that thing written there. And for what is still furniture, let's choose the eighth letter, P-R-O-G-I-S. So S. Supernovae. Okay, a supernova. So supernova are a class of stars which are observed to be very, very bright, and therefore they are called super, and nova means star. Now, supernova forms when a massive star collapses upon itself due to the large mass of iron in its core. The fundamental thing to notice here is that nuclear fusion cannot produce atoms heavier than iron nuclei. Um, and what happens is that this iron gets stored in the center. If the star can fuse elements as high as iron, which most stars, including Sun, cannot. However, if the star is much bigger in its size, about more than 8 solar masses, I think, what happens is that this iron can be made inside the core, and it builds upon itself. And after it reaches a critical mass there is a critical mass, I think 1.4 or some solar masses, it cannot sustain its own weight and collapses upon itself, forming a huge explosion that shoots off elements heavier than iron and gas and dust in the atmosphere. And this supernova collapse has been observed in many of the galaxies. It was also observed in 1604, and we can still see its remnant. And in this 1604, it has been described by many astronomers in China and all over the world. It was saying that the star is glowing very bright and it's pulsating, getting this less luminous and more luminous. And this supernova, after this supernova explosion, what remains is either a neutron star, which is a very dense object made up of neutrons inside, at least, and otherwise, if the star is even bigger, if it was even bigger, then what remains is a black hole. And this black hole can be a topic of discussion another day. That's all, folks, for supernova. Hope you liked it. Now with the diary. I've been seeing that there is some drawbacks in this diary format, and that is, when I talk, it's difficult to remember all the details. For example, yesterday I failed to mention that Sasa's dream was to be a singer. She said that when I said, why don't you become a professional singer, the day before yesterday. So that's it. And what happened yesterday? Okay, I was playing the Pokemon Legends, and there's one aspect of it that I don't really like, is that you have to grind a lot. When you're going from one region to another region, you have to complete tasks, and the officer in charge who looks after me is that horrible middle manager type person who just asks, what you have to do. We have to make this much points using this these types of things. That's all. Not only catching Pokemon. Catching Pokemon would have been more exciting, but we have to do things like making it attack with this move this many times. You have to defeat it this many times in daylight. You have to find a big form and all that. It's some people like it, but I do not like this OST thing that was there. So I used a trainer, and trainers are already available, and I got into the first, second, third, fourth region, excluding the village. And I hope I'll make more progress today. So thank you for listening. Hope you have a nice day. There's a bus horn outside. It's ridiculous. So yeah, bye. Take care.